the tin is cut to match the existing, and you run it.
You set these up like that. You set a screed up, and then you run them. And then the plaster is mixed wet.
That's pure plaster. In other words, it's not mixed with lime because you want it to be strong when you pick it up and put it up. If you pull
and the lime's stronger.
Well, no, the plaster is stronger, but the only thing is, when you run them on the bench, you use pure plaster. When you do them in place, like we would run, if we had a room in the house, we would run it. You see how this has a gypsum behind it?
Yeah.
We would put a regular piece of gypsum while the structural light.
This is lime and plaster.
This is lime and plaster.
You can see how white it is. That one is a little darker because it's pure plaster.
Right.
This is a much stronger than lime.
Only for one reason, because you have to handle it.
Like this, once this hits the corner, you can't even get into the corner.
Of course,
so everything has to be done. Everything has to be done by hand. 3,000 moldings here. Yeah, maybe more. We threw away so many moldings just to
make room.
We kept because they're kind of.
They're not that old, you know.
A few of them were really old because we kept them. A handful of these are from the old DuPont estate, the Dragon Tent. So we kept a lot of the bigger moldings and some of the stuff there was pretty unique.
That's cool.
You know, we really had a good time there. I mean,
like
there was so much stuff.
The outside.
These right here, see these 5 right here? If you back up, you can see there's a little cement on them. These were the chimneys. On the outside, these were all out of cement. We ran through the moldings out of cement on the outside of the chimneys.
And how old were you started working with the dad?
I was, Jesus.
12? No.
When I remember the first time I went with my father actually on a job. I must have been maybe 13 years old. And he told me, don't come up on the scaffold, stay down, stay down on the ground. But I watched my father for a good number of years before we actually started doing anything. But a lot of these things here, well, like I said, these moldings here we pulled in the city. We made a lot of these moldings. We had to carry them up in the apartments in the city.
Look at that. That's really cool.
Fireplaces, lathes for fireplaces, mantles.
One couple, you can take them.
Whatever you like.
Are you kidding?
Whatever you like. You can take
This is beautiful, really?
Yeah.
I love that.
Like this.
Yeah.
See, like forms.
It's like a plinth.
We make these rubber forms. These are latex. We would actually, pour the trowel to paint these on over layers, and then you make an inner and an outer form. And then when you pour it, they pop right out. You peel these out, and then these peel off the form. But you always have to make an inner and an outer form.
To hold the shape, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I mean,
really
all these pieces, all these, the thin pieces, the ornate pieces are, you make a latex form. These like are ribbons. So we did for this gentleman, we did
This one I was saying, Cuneo out in.
Cuneo, we did this. All these we casted. All these are casted. These are all casted. We made forms for these. We make these up.
I mean, this is so cool looking.
But even like, you see like the leaves like that, the colored plaster on that molding there.
Yeah.
A lot of that we do. What we do is we make a plaster mold. Like you would make this type of molding. I have one here. I could show you. It's actually made, and then we would insert the Anchortith leaves. We would insert all the detail, the dental molding. We would put it in afterwards. Like a lot of the moldings that you see are detailed. We have the leaf work and the dental block work. Like some of the bigger moldings.
They do that afterwards.
The egg and dart. We do it afterwards. We make all of them separate. Because you know what it is? When you purchase, like these guys today, everybody like thinks they order out of a magazine, they get lengths that are 8 feet, 9 feet, but they're already pre-done.
They're garbage.
They're already preset. So what happens is when you lay out a room, let's say a room's 10 by 12, and you lay out a room and you have an 8-foot length apiece, no matter how you do it, you'll never get the corners to line up. Because as you split a piece of molding, and if they're spaced out, let's just say they're spaced out 4 inches in between each block molding, each corbel, it never line up from corner to corner, no matter how you lay it out, because when you do your inside miters, they never lay out right. So that's why everything has to be put in afterwards.
Right.
So that's the architects that know a little bit know that it can't be done. The architects, like a lot of the other younger guys that really don't know their business,
They say, well, they solved that problem
they
later.
don't understand.
They're
like, well, I don't understand. Why can't we get this to line? I'm like, listen, no matter how you do it, it's been done like this. My father's father did it this way. I've been taught this way. This is how it's done. But you know, a lot of guys just don't get it.
Yeah.
You know, like this is another piece of the this is another piece of the rubber. See, there's different types of rubbers, different types of thicknesses. You know, this we can pour, actually have this, and pour right into this and lay this, and we just put a sticker around it. This piece here is actually made. This piece here was made, and this piece here was actually done on the same job. The rubbers are made when you have a lot of work that you really can't get to, that are a little bit tougher when you have like stuff like that where it curls around, and you can't get a stiffer material, a stiffer rubber. That's why there's different types of grades of rubber that are a little bit more flexible, so you can peel them off and they don't lose their shape. I wanted to show them this piece, Chet. Which piece is that?
Oh, look at that with the woman. It's kind of like Art Deco. That's real.
But that is a pretty, that's
amazing.
And then we make the base, the block base, and then the mantle sits up on top of this. So the mantles can be made out of anything. That's another lathe. That's one of the round lathes there, and then that's the base for those legs. That's the bottom half that would sit on that little 3/4 round.
The thing is, you got too much stuff and everything's on top, you know.
What it is, we throw away more stuff than we actually bring and keep. So
that's a really nice piece.
This is a beautiful piece. There's a lot
the
of
leaves are.
See, these are the fibers that you can put into it.
That's what makes it strong.
These are the capitals. These are the tops of the columns we did.
So cool.
And these are the fibers you use in there. These are the weave fibers. It's not something similar to like a horsehair, but it's an actual
probably better now.
Woven
stronger
fiber, you know. That's what these are made of. That's just a piece of that's all it is. These are actually the tops for the columns on that particular job. And then we had another piece there that we made for bases. Yeah, this is cement. That's actually cement. That one.
That's really cool.
The eyes look real, don't they?
I want that one. Can I take that?
You want that one?
No way. You're going to give that to me?
You want it? Take it.
So
Let me just brush
cool.
it.
Oh, man.
You've,
Oh, that's really cool.
you can wash it out. I was going to wash it, but I don't want to soak it out for you now.
You're going to hang that up?
I'm going to put that on. We have an outdoor porch. I think I'll ask my wife. It's going to be right on the wall on the outside.
Yeah, you got to hang it right here.
If you do.
Just got to make sure I got the clip. The clip's there. I just got to bend it out and just make sure you get something strong enough to hold it. We made these faces for Cuneo residents out in Montauk. We put them. Here's a hallway on the outside, and they're all arches. And these are sitting in the center of all the arches. They're beautiful. I mean, they are. It looks like an Italian villa. It's actually the place is actually beautiful.
Yeah.
We did the same column details on Cuneo's as we did at Mitrani's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mitrani's over.
I never went in Mitrani's, but I drove by there all the time.
Have you ever seen the turrets in the back? The outside turrets, they're open. My father pulled these moldings. It looked like a church window cathedral, like a church window. The molding wrapped around it, and then these columns sat around, and there must have been maybe 16, 18 columns, and they put them together, and they were. And to today, I mean, I'll never see work like that again.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done patches, I've done stuff with my dad, but the work we would do when I was in there, when I was maybe 17, 18, when I was in there with my father for 3, 4 years, 5 years we were in there.
We were there 5 years.
My father's down here at 10 o'clock at night. He's always tinkering around. He's always doing something.